on the product marketing team here at MuleSoft. And Simone, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Simone Geib, Director of Product Management for Anypoint Code Builder. And I'm happy to not be the secret ninja today, but actually be here on screen and talk to you.
Yes. The secret ninja revealed herself today. Hi everyone, myself Manik Magar. I'm a senior architect with Avio, and today I'm co-host with Rajesh. If he needs any support, I'm here.
Thanks, Manik.
All right, yeah.
Okay, I think we can get started, Rohan.
Cool. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Just a quick announcement for everyone. So if you have any questions, please use the Q&A tab. I'll be moderating the questions as we speak. All right. Over to you, Rohan.
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks, Raj. Thanks, Monique. And we'll jump into it. All right. So welcome to the June 2024 release overview for Anypoint Code Builder. We already did intros, but like I said before, my name's Rohan. Joining me today, I have Simone. We're going to be going through all of the cool stuff that has come out or coming out in like the next 2 hours, I guess, technically. We're a little early here, but all of the stuff that's coming out for the June 2024 release of Anypoint Code Builder. As you can see, there's a ton of stuff from DataWeave to MUnit to Java and more. So we'll be doing a quick overview of the entire release and what's coming out. We'll briefly touch on the FY25 roadmap and what you can expect the rest of the year. And we'll wrap up with some Q&A live, I guess. But if you do have questions as you go, feel free to ask them in the Q&A panel. All right, so just another kind of view here of all the cool stuff that we're bringing in this release. The team's worked really hard to get to this point, and we even had a surprise part of this that we weren't expecting to release, and we now are releasing. That's pretty cool too. But yeah, a ton of stuff. DataWeave Expression Builder, support for existing MUnit tests, multiple runtimes. There's really a lot of stuff that the team has come together and been able to deliver. So excited for you guys to get your hands on it, test it out, and a lot of it's from direct feedback from our users. So hopefully you guys are excited. So let's start going through it. We're going to go through one by one. I'm just going to kind of do a quick overview. And we actually have some videos that are available online right now. So I'm going to go through maybe one or two of those at the end for some topics that people are particularly interested in. So off the bat, DataWeave Expression Builder. This is something that has been highly requested from our users. Just building easier DataWeave capabilities into the product. So with the DataWeave Expression Builder, you're actually able to get started with DataWeave right from the UI. You're going to be able to get familiar experience to what you're able to do with DataWeave in Studio. We really are trying to maintain that experience, but we're actually adding on some additional capabilities. So users will now be able to do things like function autocomplete, syntax validation, and output previews. The goal here is to make expert MuleSoft developers more productive, but also make DataWeave a little bit more accessible for people that are just getting started with Anypoint Code Builder or with DataWeave itself. So you can see a screenshot here of some of the new UI that you're able to actually leverage, and you can actually write DataWeave right there within as you're going through the configuration panel. A couple more screenshots of just different kind of functions on this, and then again, like I said, you'll be able to get your hands on this and actually check out the whole thing in a couple hours. I think someone said 10 a.m., but we'll see. Cool.
They're going to start at 10 a.m.
Start at 10 a.m. Sorry. Okay, say 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific. Okay, next up we have support for existing MUnit tests. Again, this is another huge one that we've been asked by many customers. I think every single conference, this is probably one of the things someone asks is, when is it going to be able to do for MUnit? And soon. It's now soon. So what we're doing here, we'd say this is phase one of our overall plan. There's one of two phases. What you can do now is actually take existing MUnit tests that you built in Anypoint Studio, and you can bring them over into ACB and run them against your projects in ACB. Again, like I said, phase one, we do understand that a lot of people use Studio or still use Studio and have a ton of tests that they've already built. Again, just trying to give you the option to start leveraging those tests in ACB as we move towards phase two, which will actually come out in October, where you can actually build your own net new MUnit tests right within Anypoint Code Builder. So yeah, again, this is something huge that we've heard from customers and from users, and we're excited to bring this functionality. So you guys should go test it out, try it, let us know what you think. Yeah. All right. Up next, we have support for multiple Mule runtimes in Java 17. This is more of a overall like performance usability update here, but we are adding additional support for new Mule runtimes and Java versions. So Anypoint Code Builder will now support Mule runtimes 4.4, 4.6, and 4.7. And it'll support Java versions 11 and 17. A little upgrade from Java 8. So there's also some additional features that come along with this to improve the overall usability of these new version supports. So users can now select defaults for future projects, and they can update versioning, right within their existing project. So regardless of whether they're on, long-term support or Edge, you can go and update those existing versionings. Oh, that's Simone making comments. What's the question? Yeah, so the last thing they can do is actually check the connector compatibility against the versioning. So you can see in the screenshot below here, the Slack connector, for instance, is not compatible with the existing versioning, and that's going to be surfaced to you right within Anypoint Code Builder. All right, next up, we have enhanced support custom Java. This is the one that we actually weren't sure if we're going to be able to make it out for June. It might have been an October release, but team pushed through and was able to bring this. This is the last minute edition. I was getting messages from Simone saying, we're going to be able to do it. Get it in there. I was like, okay. But we're allowing users to bring in custom Java classes into Anypoint Code Builder. Essentially what this is going to be able to do, you're going to get the Java module pre-bundled to make it really easy to get started. And you're going to be able to create new Java classes and add existing Java packages to your Mule projects. Essentially, this is offering a more streamlined experience by using the configuration panel to do a lot of that configuration for your Java packages and classes, and it'll allow you to invoke them right there from within your flows. Again, something that we've heard a lot from users, not as much as we heard Data Weave and MUnit, but again, something that we've heard has been a significant gap between Code Builder and Studio. So again, something that we're super excited to bring to you guys. And seems like people are excited about it, which is cool. All right, so last kind of major feature that we're releasing here is the governance rule sets for API design. This one's cool just from a kind of cross-product compatibility standpoint, where you're actually going to be able to surface governance rule sets that your organization has as you design in Anypoint Code Builder. So if you're essentially addressing these things at design time as you're actually building, rather than after you publish to Exchange and then realize, oh wait, that's not conforming to XYZ policy or XYZ rule, and you're back to the drawing board. Addressing it at the point of design, kind of streamlining that whole process for you. Again, kind of cool to see to bring in these cross-product capabilities. Again, something that I think will be super useful in the long term for a lot of people. Okay, so that's kind of the overview of the GA features that are coming in a couple hours. But there are some beta things that are coming. First one is the generative flows. So this is still in closed beta. If you are involved, you're going to see these updates, but it does kind of represent a significant jump in what it's currently capable of. So I'm sure by now you guys have seen potentially some of the Einstein for Anypoint Code Builder generative flows demos or videos where we use Einstein from within Anypoint Code Builder. We're able to use natural language to actually generate integrations, right? Integration flows and XML that you can just paste right into Anypoint Code Builder, and the whole flow gets generated for you. So kind of over time, as we've been working on this, we've been expanding the pool of connectors that this is compatible with, just to make it easier, saying, hey, like I want to build an integration to Salesforce that will grab case records or whatever it is. So Salesforce and like NetSuite, SAP, we've slowly been expanding it. Super happy to say that now generative flows will support all of MuleSoft produced connectors. So 176 different connectors is what it supports now. Really expanding the pool of possibilities when it comes to generative AI. And hopefully, we'll see, this is coming soon to you. TBD on official dates, but again, it's a super cool to have this kind of built-in AI that understands Mule and is kind of meeting you where you are. So one of the things that I think I'm super excited to see users get their hands on, and again, hopefully soon, we'll see. And then last thing I'm going to mention here, this technically isn't part of the June release, but it's coming soon, and it's like an extended part. It's coming for Studio and for Code Builder. But we are releasing support on Anypoint platform. And this is going to involve a lot. It's going to be essentially a whole new journey for event-driven or async APIs. So what we're releasing, and this is all coming June 24th, and we're actually building a whole event around this to kind of promote it and talk a little bit more about Code Builder, talk a little bit more about async, but a bunch of different phases across the design, governance, cataloging, and implementation of async APIs. So June 24th, a lot of these features are going to be GA, right? We're going to GA the design, governance, and cataloging aspect of async API 2.6 specifications. And we're actually going to beta the implementation across Anypoint Code Builder and Anypoint Studio. And it'll be for Kafka and then Anypoint MQ. So users are going to be able to jump in, start that open beta, and they're going to be able to do this end-to-end journey with async API. Again, something that we're super excited for. And this is maybe new territory. I think this is something that we've had on our minds for a while, and it's exciting to be able to bring this to light. And as we go through this process, we're excited to see how you guys are interacting with it, how you guys, what you guys think of it. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to put it out there, put the roadmap out here, and get everyone excited. And really quickly, I'll go through the roadmap, and I'll kind of show off the event page that we have to kind of promote and build some content around all this cool stuff. All right, so just taking a quick look at the roadmap. So June, this is coming out in a couple hours. Ton of cool stuff. Again, this is probably the biggest release of the year in terms of just pure features, bringing a lot. But in October, I wanted to cover that real quickly. What we're doing is essentially, it's a lot, almost like a refinement of the June release in the sense that things like MUnit, right? This is phase 1. Phase 2 will come out in October, where you're actually able to start building those MUnit tests within Code Builder. Same thing with Data Weave, kind of giving you that more drag and drop UI within Anypoint Code Builder and simplifying that overall experience. Again, a refined version of what we're releasing now. We'll officially GA the implementation piece across Code Builder and Studio for async API. And we're going to give you some cool stuff like proxy support and direct deploy to Cloud Hub 2.0. looking out a little further into next year, we're looking at the GA of the cloud version of Anypoint Code Builder. So far, it's been in beta, but at some point, we do need to GA the cloud portion. So we're looking forward to that. Some cool things like localization and some more powerful UI for your configurations. And the generative flows open beta again, bringing it to you guys so you guys are able to get your hands on it, and some other stuff like visual debuggers. So what are we doing for this kind of promotion that we're talking about? So we have a whole, similar to the ABCs of ACB, we've built a new kind of roadmap here called the Road to EDA. We're going to be covering some fun features within Code Builder as we approach the release of Async API Open Beta. So we have some cool stuff that I'm hoping you guys can tune in for. A lot of Twitch streams covering some of the cool features that we saw here. So things like the data weave functionality, the MUnit functionality, and just an overall overview. We'll have Twitch streams on all of those, and we'll have some folks from the team actually be featured on those Twitch streams. So we have some folks here, Chuck and then Paneer and John, who are going to be going through some of these new features in a little bit more detail with Alex on Twitch. So hopefully you guys can tune in there throughout the week. And yeah, we're excited to kind of build up towards the open beta of Async API. Again, a lot of cool possibilities with bringing this functionality to the platform. And yeah, hope you guys are excited as well. And that actually wraps it up. So what I wanted to do as well was potentially show off some of the new features. Is there anything you guys can like comment in the chat out of the stuff that we're releasing for the June release? And I'll go back to that slide. I'll go to this one. What stands out the most to you guys? We can jump into a video on one of those. Everything except for custom Java. I'll pick for you guys if no one wants. All right, let's jump into.
I think there's more towards data weave expressions.
Data weave expressions. All right.
Yeah.
So Alex made some really cool videos on pretty much the entire release. So I want to share a few of the videos, or one of them at least, to kind of show you guys, and I'll link the whole thing so you guys check the whole thing out. All right. Can you guys hear this?
Hi everyone, welcome to another Anypoint Code Builder short video. My name is Alex Martinez. I am a developer advocate at MuleSoft, and today we are going to see a preview of the new Data Weave Expression Builder. All right, so first we have a very basic flow. It's literally just the set payload component that is inside this flow, nothing else. So if we click on it, you will first see that we have a new input-output tab right here. This is showing all of our metadata, which is very useful in case you want to see what is available for you for the input or what is going to come out from this component on the output. For example, here, the payload, we can see here that is going to be a string because that is what we have here in the general tab. Now, that is not the Data Weave Expression Builder. You can open it by clicking here on the FX button. And then once you click inside here, you will see this new window that is opening. This is the Data Weave Expression Builder. You can see here from the data that all of the input metadata is available here for you. You can also minimize this if this is you want to see the canvas, and you can maximize by clicking on this button. You can also notice that the title of this window is general value. That means that this is in the general section right here, and the name of the input text is value, which is right here. So because this flow is very simple, very basic, we don't have a lot of information right now. The default data that would come from a mule message, which is the payload, attributes, and variables. So here, for example, in this flow, we have way more things. This is a flow that was scaffolded from an API specification. So in this case, we have the HTTP listener, we have a set payload, and then we have the API key router. Let's click on the set payload that is right here. And if we see the input output tab, we will be able to see that now we have way more attributes that are coming in the input from the HTTP listener. So if we go to the general tab and open the Data with Expression Builder, we will also be able to see all of these attributes being listed. Right here, you will also be able to see if these are strings, if they are numbers, if they are objects, and so on. So now let's go to one of the flows. In this case, this is inside a get/items. So let's open the set payload and let's see what we have here inside the Deal with Expression Builder. So from my API specification, I had defined a query parameter that is called name. So if I search for name, I will be able to see that indeed I have here this query parameter called name, which is a string. Now, if I click on it, I will be able to see these being added automatically to my input text box instead of me having to remember all of the syntax of attributes.queryparams.name. Now let's head to a different flow. In this case is the resource/items/ID, which is a URI parameter. So let's open the Data with Expression Builder. And first of all, I am going to write the ID is and then leave a space. So now I want to concatenate the actual ID that will come from the URI parameter here. So for that, let's say that I do not know how to concatenate data with. I can go here to functions and search for every single function that is available in data with. For example, I can search for concat, and I have one plus function and a concat with. But this concat with comes from the binaries module, so maybe that's not what I'm expecting. So here says that it concatenates two values, but I can also click on the details so I can actually read more description and see some parameters and examples on how to use this function. Now that I'm sure that this is a function that I want to use, I can either click here on add, and this will add it, or I can simply click on it from here. So as soon as I click on it, this will be added right here. And then I want to be able to add my URI parameter. So for that, if I go back to the data and search for ID, I will be able to see here that I have a URI parameter called ID. So if I click on it, this will automatically be added as attributes.uriparams.id. Pretty cool, huh? Let's see another example. So let me delete everything. And let's go now to functions and search for different functions. Let me search for Camelize, and I'm going to click on it and add it directly. So I need to write something here. Let's add, for example, hello_world. But right after I finish writing, I see that I have here an error. So if I click on this part, I can see that this is unable to resolve reference of Camelize. That is because Camelize comes from the strings module, and I am not importing that module here. So it is very easy to fix. I can simply click on import Camelize, and this will automatically add and import this module for me. So now that everything is ready from here, let's see finally what is a preview button for. As you may have guessed it, you will be able to see a preview of the code that we have right here. In my case, I'm trying to camelize the hello_world, and this would be my preview, which is hello and then capital W and then the rest of the word.
Oops, started replaying it there. All right, so a quick little sneak peek at what should be coming soon in the next couple hours. There's actually a whole playlist with videos for, I think, at least 4 of the features here. One of the ones, like I said, custom Java is coming soon. Little late to the gun there, but I've put in a link to the full playlist if you want to check out the other videos on MUnit. I think I saw something on MUnit, Java 17 support in the runtimes, and then API governance. So check those out. Again, like I said, this is all coming in the next couple hours. So get excited. And yeah, we can break into Q&A if there are any. I think Simone's been answering some questions as we've been going through. But yeah, love to hear what you guys think. And yeah, if you're curious to learn more about anything in particular.
So, as nobody seems to have any questions at this point, I wanted to add something to the multiple runtime theme. So not only are we supporting the different Edge and LTS versions in Java 17, we've also made a major enhancement to the actual installation of ACB. So previously, one of the extensions that we have in ACB was a runtime extension. So we pre-bundled 4.4 before, and we were considering for this new release, should we pre-bundle 4.6 LTS, or should we pre-bundle 4.7 Edge, which is the release that is also coming out today? And so we decided we don't really know what our customers want to use. They may want to use 4.7, they may want to use 4.6, or maybe 4.4. And so we decided to make the installer more lightweight, remove the runtime version from the first time install, which also means that those users who just want to design APIs don't have to have a runtime starting up for them. So it's much more lightweight for them. And then the users who want to do integration projects, they can decide which runtime do I want to use. Then they download 4.7, or they download 4.6, or they download both. It's their choice. So I think this is a great enhancement to, first of all, make the installation faster, make the footprint smaller, and then leave it to the actual user to decide which runtime and which Java they want to use. Any comments on that?
Just waiting. Okay. Thanks, Simon. Let's see if one final check if you have any additional questions here.
This is a quiet group this morning.
Yeah.
We're all checking if they can actually use it still. Oh, is it here? Is it here?
Okay, I think we are good. So yeah, thanks everyone. So this recording will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, and always feel free to let us know if you need any more additional sessions. That way we can work with Rohan and Simone to get that going for you guys. And also all the additional links will also be posted on the channel along with the Twitch stream for you guys to go over the videos which is being produced this week. With that, I think thanks Rohan, thanks a lot. Thanks Simone for joining this morning and walking us through the ACB release. Yeah.
Thanks for hosting us, Rajesh.
Thanks everyone for attending today. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
All right. Well, let us know what you think. So around, I don't know, 11 o'clock or so, it should be available in the Visual Studio Marketplace.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.